Hi, I'm Birgit Balmer. I'm illustrator and lettering artist. The Domestika team has brought me this box, the mystery box, and I have no idea what's inside. Let's see if I get some inspiration to create a letter from out of it. Okay, let's see what's inside. Oh, I love this. This as a child. Hands are always good. Hands are hard to draw. Little lamp. Oh, such a lot of things. I have to decide. Let's skip the glass. I like the clock because it's just geometric shapes. This is the same happens with this lamp balloon. Because whenever you create a letter form, it's always good to have some geometric shape, to have one simple background, let's say. So these are kind of my two safe options. I like hands because they provoke some kind of emotion. I'm not that good in drawing hands, so let's see. And this is just kind of emotional choice because I think it's very funny. Actually, I have no idea how to translate that into design. But anyway, let's see if we get a good idea from the combination of all those. Great, so now that I've selected all the objects, we can start working on the letter form. Let's create a basic grid. In general, I would just start deciding on a letter form. I think I would just do the D for Domestika. Could work like that. Also, I'll steal the colors because I think the color combination is quite nice. In the end, we can always change the color combination, but I always need something to start with. Once I've made the basic shapes of the D, I can start add some fun shape in here. It's the time to take the objects and start to digitalize them and then see wherever we fit them in the letter. I always tend to start with the easiest one, which would be the clock. And additionally, those interpretations in general, they can be quite free because those elements are just thought to be an inspiration, but you don't have to draw them. Okay. That would be, if you compare it, that would be my first interpretation of the clock. Let's just take that one and go to the next one, which will be the hand. Normally I prefer to do stuff which is very difficult on the beginning because you never know if it works out. And if it doesn't work, you have enough time to say goodbye to your baby and say, okay, I'm not going to use you because you just don't look good enough. I think it looks a little bit creepy, but for the moment, also beside that, creepiness is kind of good because creepiness makes designs kind of distinctive. Actually, what I do like about the hand is that the nails have the same color. Okay, with the clock, with the hand, I'll just use that one. For example, this has these little rings and I think that could fit quite well in the design. So actually I'm not using the element, I'm just using one part of the whole shape. What I'll do is kind of keeping the idea of using rings in here. Let's see. Okay, so that's what we have from this one. So we just need this one. Maybe one could use the teeth. It will look for sure creepy as hell, but I'm going to try it. I'm starting to create the elements, but at the same time I'm starting to put everything together in the shape of the D. Because what is important that you have to search some space where the elements fit quite well. We still have the hand, and we don't know where to put it. Put it in here. What I normally always do is I use the time to play around a little bit because developing something like that always needs some time to see what works and what doesn't. So what I want to see now is if the hand could fit in here, but then what I see is maybe the clock also fits quite well here. And get rid of the idea from before. I think now it's the time to change program because I want to add a little bit of shade and a little bit of volume. So I'll be switching from Illustrator to Photoshop. Okay, we've switched programs, so now it's time to just like add very little detail. Because with very small details like shade, you can achieve a lot. The hand will be flat, but giving it some shade might help to make the whole piece a little bit more dimensional. If you look at the clock, if you look at the details, like the small triangles it has here, they have like different, it's all black of course, but depending how the light shines in, is like dark gray or black. So we'll just use that. And also do like this, just create the same effect. Okay, so far I'm done, but that doesn't mean that the artwork is finished. I could like keep on working on this one for hours, just adding little small details and making it better. But as this is like the case with the challenges, we have to stop at a certain point. I hope you have enjoyed this little video. If you want to learn more about how to merge illustration and typography, please subscribe to Domestica's channel to learn more about my upcoming online course.